Well, today's a good day to have that, that's for sure. I think you guys know that's the one with the heat pump, so it gives you heat as well as air, but it only gives you heat to about 38 degrees, 40 degrees. Once it starts getting colder than that out, don't use it. You can damage the unit actually. But anyway, oh, where the hell was I going? It is cold out today. It's probably remnants from the hurricane. Yesterday it rained hard, at least half the day. In the morning it was okay. The sky is clearing up, but it is windy and cold. Now I'm not sure, but I thought I heard, a call come through earlier, but I was kind of like just waking up. It was about, I don't know, 7 o'clock a.m. that is, about a, hey Duffy, about a tree coming down or laying against a wire and pulling the wire down or whatever the case may be. So I really don't know. I want to get that alarm done, but it doesn't seem to be happening now, does it? If I had done as much work on it as I did talking about it, I probably would have had it done by now. I got to drill these out. I don't know if you guys remember or seen them or even know them, but I'm sure you do. BC Truck. He had taken a couple pieces of PVC pipe and made a flashlight holder out of it. And I said, that's a great idea for the van. You know, I mean, it's a good idea for the house as well, because you're always looking for your light. The wife keeps it on the counter, you know, but at that point, so yeah, that's not a bad idea. So I have, if I can find a second one, in the midst of transferring from one van to the other, I lost the flashlight. However, I'm sure it'll pop up. I thought that's a good idea for the van. So I cut 2 pieces. I kind of polished off the edges a little bit and tapered them a little bit. And I'm going to drill a couple holes in them so I can get screws through it so I can drill it. And once I'm done with that, I'll put another coat of gray on there to match the van and leave it be. I got to box that up today. I've been trying to get that done since Monday, and that's not happening. You know, I don't know where the time goes. You know, I mean, here I am not working much anymore. I don't do much as far as classes anymore. I still do them, but, you know, I slowed down on them. You know, so most of my day is hanging out, but I get nothing done. I have so much to do. I don't understand it. So, you know, it's almost like every day is Saturday, but it's one of those Saturdays to where you've got so much yard work to do, you can't get anything else done. And in my case, I've got so much crap going on around here, I can't get anything else done. You know, I started getting this all cleaned up at one time. Then I bought the van, so that kind of screwed things up there. Then a friend of mine gave me those computers, which the guy still hadn't picked up, so I'm going to tell him if he doesn't get here by today, he's not getting it. I got to get that out there cleaned up, because that's a total disaster. So, I mean, I've got a lot of space here. Well, if I stop buying crap, I got a lot of space here if I at that point decide to clean it up and use it and organize it. There's a computer hiding underneath that. So anyway, that's where I'm at. So what is today? Besides being a cold, windy day, it's October 12th. Today is Friday, 2018, and it's 10:21 a.m. on the East Coast, up here in the northern part. So at that point, here's where we are. So I gotta find a tire gauge. That's what I'm up against now. I'm looking for a tire gauge. So guys, I'm out here in the van. What else is new? And now it's just kind of going through things that I may have forgot or may not have forgot. You know, just little bullshit. Again, the alarm, believe it or not, as important as it is to me to get it hooked up, I'm just dragging ass because I can't get in the frame of mind that I need to be in to do it. You know what I mean? So I just keep finding other things to do. And I know I'm going to get caught with my pants down someday. And at that point, what are you going to do? So, and nobody around here really wants to install them. The only guy that used to install your own product, he was a good guy, so now he's out of business because that's the way it usually works. There was a guy that used to have a stereo alarm shop, and he used to sell stereos, alarms, and install them. And it was kind of off the beaten path a little bit. It was more of a commercial type operation, development. And if you brought the alarm to him, he charged you $100 to put it in. Now that's fair. Take him a couple hours, 2 hours. Actually, a good installer that's done it for a while can probably put it in under an hour. But the guy has a business to run. He's there to make money, so I can't begrudge him a $100 bill to put in an alarm that I bring to him. If it took him 2 hours, that's $50 an hour. Well, he's got overhead to take care of and everything else, so I can kind of agree with some of it. All around good guy. Well, and if you bought an alarm from him, well, that's where he made his money, because he'd profit on the alarm and the install. For instance, an alarm that may cost him $100, he's getting $500 for it installed. So, he's making $400 for an hour's work, and that's where they kind of make their money. But he used to do alarms. He didn't care. He'd tell you right off the bat, he can't guarantee it or warranty it, and you kind of understand that, But you tell him, listen, hook it all up. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And if it doesn't, you just unplug the brain, send the brain back, and they send you a new brain. You plug it in, you don't need him again, and it's done. But most of the time, there's nothing wrong with the alarms, unless the installer screws up. And sometimes they can short things out. Now, a lot of the new alarms have protection against all that, which is nice. But again, you gotta pay attention. Well, meanwhile, he's not around anymore. He got into home theater. Somebody talked him into home theater stuff. Going in. Now I'm going back 9 years ago. And somebody says, you gotta get into home theater. A lot of money in home theaters. And that's true. There could be a lot of money in it, but I don't know if it's in this town or not, or any of the surrounding towns. Yes, there's money in these towns, lots of money in the Creek and Madison and things, but it's a lot of old money, and who needs home theaters in their opinion? Some of them are still watching black and white TVs with the antenna on the roof, so it doesn't interest them. So anyway, he got into it, and he took a shop, and he made it like a den, like a home theater, and where you can sit down and watch it and hear different things, and different sounds and different speakers and different this, different that, different TVs, and he put his all into it, and about a year later, he's out of business. So. And he's a good guy. So you hate to see a good guy go out of business like that. But meanwhile, sometimes we all take bad advice. It happens. Sometimes, the greed gets us. And if we think we can make an easy dollar, versus working for it, we're all game for that. I believe in working, but you know what? If I can make the same amount of money and not work, why not? You know, I mean, so it's not like, you know, it's not like I'm out robbing or anything. It's just, if I have the ability to get out there and do something and make money with doing less work, well then, good for me, you know, or good for whoever it is that's doing it. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, well, you know, I went up to Tractor Supply yesterday, and I forgot to bring back that damn thing. Anyway, we have another shop over here. Now we have a place that I consider a rip-off over here as well. About a block away from where Joe D's used to be. Right over here on the post road. I can drive there in 3 minutes. So I went in there one day with my older Astro van when I first bought it. And I had an alarm. I had the Excalibur, same one I have now. And I said to him, do you guys do installs, you know, on product that I would bring to you? You know, I know it's kind of like, you know, me bringing my eggs to the diner. But I was just wondering. No, we only install what we sell. We can't warranty. You know, I said, well, I don't care if you warranty it or not. I was just wondering if you did it. No. And he starts giving me this big lecture. You know, and all I needed was a yes or no. You know, I didn't need to hear the lecture. But I didn't want to be rude and just walk out on him either. You know, he's talking to me. I don't want to turn my back and walk out on the guy. You don't want to burn your bridges. It could be he was a good guy. He just had a bad day. You don't know. So, all right, not a problem. No big deal. You know, he goes, but we can put an alarm with auto start in there for you. He says, cost you about $590. You know, he says, good system. He says, nah, that's all right. So I appreciate it, but no. And then he continued to try to sell for a few minutes. And you know, I finally said, well, I do appreciate it. I really do, but I've got to get going. I thank you. And I left. You know, I'm sitting here with the camera down there so I cannot see the monitor. I'm talking up a storm. I go to pick it up to move it to realize that the screen is black. The battery went dead. And I kind of have a feeling exactly what had happened, because I heard a beep and I thought it was my phone, so I picked up my phone to look. There was a message there, but apparently it wasn't the phone that was beeping. Nothing from Mr. Fed X. I don't know if I'm going to keep that like that or not. I'm not particularly fond of it being there. But we'll see what happens. It's not a big deal if I have to move it. Actually, that may be alright. See, what I'm worried about was I put it right there, which is fine. I was just worried about it not being strong enough, so if somebody was to pull a plug on it. But I can always put a small piece of 1x1 block on the back side of this corner, screw it in over here, and put a screw in there and not have to worry about it. So that could be done if I have to do so. Now, let's get this piece down. Right, they put it right behind there if I can get it in there, which is a nice, yeah, good, nice fit. I like that. Nice fit. That's just the way I like it. Nice and snug. All right. So I can do all that from out there. So that's not a big deal. This will get plugged into one of those when I need it to be. See, that's why I'm not particularly fond of it, because it's out there more instead of being, well, I could do that, I guess. You know, things work in mysterious ways. Just happen to be at the right place at the right time, and there's only one thing, person, force, spirit, whatever you want to call them, that can make this happen, if in fact it continues to go the way it is. I just went into Advanced Auto, and if you watch a video prior to this one, I was talking about how I'd pay somebody that knows how to do it, and I was talking about this certain place right around the corner from my house, which is actually right here. You can't see it because it's in the back, but it's right off here to my left in the back. But anyway, I had to go to Advanced Auto to pick up a pressure gauge, and I said, well, I'm there. I says, again, I was talking to this kid, Chris, right? I'm telling you, the good kid. Advanced has my business as long as Chris is there. So meanwhile, I'm talking to Chris, and we started talking about, let me get a gauge that I can fill and check at the same time, so I don't have to go back and forth. And he gave me something that goes up to like 150 pounds, blah, 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 blah. $3 discount. It was $30. You save 10%, so that's good. And then I said, Chris, you know anybody that does, like electrical troubleshooting? I said, because I got something here that really is a pain in the ass. All right. He goes, nah. Well, there's a girl right next to us in the other aisle. Well, next at the register, not so much an aisle. And she hears me, and she's probably 20 years old or so. And I'm a nice person, but I don't think she's from Brantford. Let's put it that way. Okay. She's more of an inner city type of person. So meanwhile, she says, she hears me talking to Chris, and she says, yes, he does. And she points to her, I guess, boyfriend at this point. I'm not sure. I didn't ask. So I turn around, I see him walking, with this other guy that works there, and I see him walking with him, and I says, I says, your girlfriend's talking shit about you, and this kind of started a conversation, and I'm talking with him. And as I'm talking with him about the alarm, I can tell that he's not going to be the guy, not the alarm, the troubleshooting. I can tell he's not going to be the guy to troubleshoot the Astrovan. He hasn't got enough experience under his belt for that. I'm not saying he hasn't got experience, but for this, I don't think he's going to have the right tools or the diagnostic tools to do so. So I said, oh, you do this? He goes, yeah, I work right down the street at blah, blah, blah's alarms. I go, oh, well, wait a minute. I said, you ever do any work on the side? I said, you want to pick up a quick $100? He goes, oh, what's going on? I said, well, I got an alarm I want to put in the van. I got the dashboard dropped. Yeah, it's an auto remote start with alarm. It's an Excalibur. He said, I says, I don't know if you want to pick up $100 to do it or whatever. I says, what's it going to take you? You guys should probably do it in a half an hour or so. He goes, here's my number. Call me Saturday night. We'll set it up for Sunday. Now, couldn't get any better than that now, could we? I mean, that is like right there. So like I say, things work in mysterious ways. That's for sure. So